We'll go to question number 4. JJ says, was I ever really saved and had a relationship with Christ if I left heterosexuality and embraced my same-sex attraction and married my wife? So JJ, I'm a little on the fence on this topic, but let me give you like a couple things in response to this. One is theologically, because there's a theological question, then there's a very deeply personal question. Okay, let me answer the theological question first. Theologically, I am on the fence as to whether or not someone can lose their salvation. I'm on the fence on the topic, and I know that drives some people really crazy, and I don't like it. I'm not on the fence because it makes me please everybody, because guess what? I'm making people upset on both sides. When I say this, I personally, as a limited human being, just don't know the right answer to that question yet. As I get into a Hebrews verse-by-verse study coming up after my Women in Ministry series I'm doing right now, when I get into Hebrews, I'm going to pause and I'm going to do a little research project on this topic, and I'm going to try to come out with the best answer I can. So I may have more details theologically later on. But I don't know how to apply that well to your situation. Even if I had a theological answer, it's difficult to apply that to you individually, personally. Because here's what I see happening on the internet all the time. Let's say for those who think that someone, if they leave Christianity, that they have that they were never Christian. That's their belief. If you left, you were never a Christian. You know, for Sean, you know, they went out from us because they were not among us. They weren't really one of us. And that's the verse they'll use. That's the thing they'll say about you. What they're doing is they're answering theologically over here. Hey, theologically, I believe that this is the situation, but you don't hear the theology. You hear a personal attack against your sincerity, right? Like, so I wasn't really genuine. And you're thinking back and you're like, man, I feel like I was really genuine. I just feel like you're being a jerk to me and you're just saying mean things about me because I'm like intimidating your religious beliefs or something. And I think a lot of times it's not intimidating. It's people are trying to answer a theological question, but they don't realize it's hitting somebody personally right in the face. And so I think it's just really unhelpful to do this. I'm going to tell them, you were never really a Christian. You were never really, well, they don't hear they were never a Christian. They hear they were never sincere, that they were never genuine, that their heart was never really in something. And I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that to somebody. And I don't feel that it's actually helpful to say it either. And I don't know them. So when you ask this question, I left heterosexuality, embraced my same-sex attraction, and married my wife. You said, was I ever really saved? This implies to me that you are not currently a Christian. And the topic today is non-Christian. So I'm going to assume behind the background of this question is that you're not currently a Christian. You're asking if you ever really had a relationship with God. Let me put this to you. I'll flip the tables on you a little bit and say this. How do you answer this question? Were you ever really saved? If you were really saved, but you chose a lifestyle, to embrace a lifestyle that felt very important to you and valuable and part of your very identity, but it was a skewed lifestyle. It was a lot involving a lot of goods, but in a tainted fashion, so that it's not honoring to God. But you came into that and you said, hey, I'm going to commit to this. If you believe that you lost your salvation, then that means that you think God is real and you had a relationship with him and that Christianity is true, in which case I'm inviting you back. Like if you're thinking I was genuine and there was something real there, I had real experiences with Jesus, because that means please come back. If nothing else, I'm just saying please come back. Can I just sideline a little bit of these issues and beg you to return to Christ and follow him no matter the cost? And there is a cost. You read about it in the scripture. Jesus is like, hey, take up your cross and follow me. So I'm sorry I'm not fully answering all your question there because I don't know the whole answer. So let's go to the next question, and that is going to come from Chris Topher.